Congratulations on joining the Columbia College community. This instructional video is meant to help you access Koala Connection and complete your orientation registration form, as well as your language and math placement tests, and to download handouts for summer orientation. In order to access Koala Connection, you will navigate to the Columbia College homepage, which is www.columbiasc.edu. You can hover over the IT department link and select Koala Connection from the Columbia College homepage. You can also navigate directly to the Koala Connection site by typing in kc.columbiasc.edu. To log into Koala Connection, commonly referred to as KC, you will need your 6-digit student ID number, which is your username, and your password. Your 6-digit student ID number can be obtained by calling the IT Help Desk at 803-786-3007. Your password usually follows the scheme of being CC and the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. If you've completed the admissions process and you're ready to take your placement tests and complete your orientation registration form, when you log into KC, you'll have a Student tab and also an Orientation tab. If you have trouble logging into Koala Connection, accessing the Orientation tab, or your placement exams located in My Courses, please call the IT Help Desk at 803-786-3007. Once you click on the Orientation tab, you can register for summer orientation. Complete the fields that have the stars next to them, as they are required fields. If you do not complete these fields, your form will return an error message and you'll need to complete the fields. After you've completed the form and you scroll to the bottom, you can click the Submit button. After you press the Submit button, you'll need to scroll back up to the top of the page. Once you've submitted your form, you'll see a page saying that your response has been recorded. If you need to make changes to the orientation registration form, please call the orientation hotline at 803-786-3663. After you've submitted your orientation form in KC, you're ready to take your placement tests. From any tab or page in KC, you can access quick links by navigating over to the left-hand side of your page. To access your courses, you'll click My Courses, and you'll notice that the language placement exam and the math placement exam are available for you to take. Click on the exam that you have time to take. Please note that the language exam will take about an hour to complete. The math placement test will take about 80 minutes to complete. For the language placement exam, you only need to complete one of the tests below. Pick the test below that most corresponds with your academic preparation based on the following criteria: the language you have had classes in most recently, and the language you have had the most classes in. Before you select a test, make sure that your speakers are on and that your audio works. To test your audio, click on the music note icon on the screen, and a new window will open. You will see the video playing. If you hear the audio file fine, you are ready to take your placement tests. If you have trouble hearing the audio, please call the IT Help Desk at 803-786-3007. If you have a Mac, you will need to install a plugin so that you are able to play these media files. The file is available for download here, and you can install the file on your computer and then listen to the test file and then take your placement exam. To access the placement test, click on the test that you want to take. Once you've accessed the language placement exam page for your particular test, read the instructions and then scroll down and click Take This Test. When you click Take This Test, it will launch the testing console so that you can complete your language placement exam. Listen by clicking on the link that says Listen, and a new window will appear and begin playing the audio portion. As you are taking and completing your test, be sure to save your progress as you go along. At the bottom of each page, you'll click Next Page to be taken to the next portion of the language placement test. Once you've reached the last page of the exam, you can scroll down and click Submit for Grading. After you select Submit for Grading, The testing main page reappears, and you'll see that your test has been submitted if you look at the bottom of the page. To access your math placement tests, click on My Courses and choose the Math Placement Testing. There are 3 parts to the math placement test. They are timed parts. The first part is 40 minutes, the second part is 20 minutes, and the third part is an additional 20 minutes. You must complete all 3 parts of the math placement exam. To access the math placement exam, click on the very first part. Be sure to read the directions for how to take the test, and then scroll down and click Take this test. Taking this test is very much like taking the language placement test. You'll complete each of the pages, and on the last page you'll click Submit for grading. Be sure that as you're completing your test, at the top of the page you're saving your progress for each page as you go along in the test. After you select Submit for grading, you will be taken back to the main page for the test that you completed. Again, you'll have a timestamp showing when you completed the test, and you will need to go back to coursework, which you can do by clicking on Coursework here or Take Your Test here. Once you go back to either of these main pages, you will be able to then select the second part of your exam and complete it. You'll submit the test for grading and then come back to the main page and complete the third part of your exam. After you've completed your orientation form and your placement test exams, you're well on your way to being prepared for summer orientation. To expedite the summer orientation check-in process, you can click on the Orientation tab where you completed your registration form and take notice of the handout section on the right-hand side of the screen. Bring these completed forms with you to summer orientation. If you are under the age of 18, several of these forms will require the signature of your parent or guardian. To download the forms, you will click on the form, which will launch in a new window and will ask you if you'd like to open or save the file. If you choose Save, you can save the file to your desktop, and after the file downloads, you can open the file and complete it and print it and bring it to summer orientation. Now that you've completed the registration, placement tests, and handouts, take a moment to enjoy the summer orientation video designed to get you headed in the right direction.